What's good with it? Back with another video. Looks like we got some more drama surrounding No Jumper, and ADAM22 has fired Sharp, who was the host of Sharp Tank. You know, the pimp over there at No Jumper. Make sure y'all hit the like button first before we get started. All right, thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, looks like ADAM22 has fired Sharp, and Sharp has responded. So we about to get into that.
I'm gonna just keep doing me, man. All this drag in a brown paper bag, my nigga, I don't even be feeling it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, and I ain't even said it. And this probably be some of my final words to the whole situation. Like, I probably ain't gonna be cutting no interviews on No Jumper. If it ain't worth it or it ain't something that I should be doing that even makes sense, I probably ain't gonna be over there like that no more. And it ain't nothing against No Jumper or any type of bullshit or any type of drag. I'm just, I'll still go if we cool with it. If not, hey, that's cool too. But I'm not doing nothing over there that don't serve its purpose.
That shit's a wrap, homie.
Real shit on me. I'm the last real pillar, my nigga. And I take my pillar down.
You know what's funny about certain people who come from a certain environment? They always talking about they the realest. I'm the last real one left. No, you ain't. Stop. No, you ain't.
Straight up, niggas say whatever they want to say. I've done great throughout it all. I take my pillar down though, my nigga. Mine no longer stands. Hey, I'm cool. I need a little break from all that shit. Yeah.
I get to it, cuz.
I had to say no. I think this is where certain people want it to be. Like, they want to do it themselves. They'd rather it be this way. And that's cool. I'm gonna take a little break though. I ain't got no diss towards nobody. Shit, I put some content on No Jumper. Hopefully it do cool. If it do cool, it do. If it don't, it don't. I'm not gonna let that be that's not where it's gonna be no more. And I ain't trying to take it to nobody else's platform either.
Yeah, do your own thing. That's what I think a lot of these content creators need to do. Like, okay, you started out with No Jumper, you got your feet wet, things aren't going as well as you wanted to. Do your own thing. You got your YouTube going a little bit, like keep that going. You have certain contacts now throughout the industry or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do your own interviews. Do your own content. Stop working for somebody who is not going to be loyal to you. That's the problem with these people. They be like, oh, I was loyal to you. Nah, ain't no loyalty in business, man. Not even with your own family and friends. Ain't no loyalty in business.
Damn, I never thought I'd see like this feeling. I never thought it'd be this. Sharp Tank was something crazy, my nigga. Nobody, I never even thought would be that way.
It was
Hell,
good.
I don't even know even this shit. I'm sure it ain't even got to him. And if it did shit, he ain't text me. He really didn't give a fuck.
Church. Yeah, he going through it.
No, my nigga. This isn't about drinking, bro. Like, stop the bullshit, dog. This ain't even got nothing to even do with that.
I don't know if y'all familiar with AD, T-Rail, Smack. You know, they doing their thing over at Fit Community World. I support them for sure. They left No Jumper like a little over a year ago, and they tried to get Sharp to come with them. And Sharp was trying to be loyal to ADAM22. And look what his loyalty got him. Unemployed from that show, from that company, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? And now look, he looked hurt. And this is what I'm saying. Like, why y'all like ADAM22 is a cancer, bro? He's a cancer to this hip hop community. Fuck, dude.
Shit, I feel like the way people acting like shit, they ain't even respecting the content no more. Shit, why even put? I like things that make sense. And the way I got pushed around and just like, man, getting dropped whenever. Shit, there's 3 weeks before some content of mine come out, like talking about monetization, liquor, and all. Man, we ain't never had them problems. And there's been people doing way more than me on shit that this shit just been crazy, my nigga. Like, I'm kind of cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm really over it. I ain't gonna hold you. This nigga didn't explain no beef. It ain't no beef on me. It's just, it is what it is.
It's business. It ain't perfect.
I can get it. Some good things have their dead ends, but this one right here, I feel like was kind of forced. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sharp Tank and No Jumper, that shit could prevail. But I mean, I get it. I see it. That shit's insane, my nigga. Like,
yeah, he going
a
through it.
5-star motherfucker bet over in that. Damn, y'all ship all y'all bets out like this one. Man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he going through it. And you know, you can't be loyal to this dude, man. But ADAM22 did respond.
So the idea that I only want to be around yes men, I disagree with that. And I understand the criticism of Brick and Lush when people say that they're a little too yes man-y. And I've kind of like brought this conversation up on the podcast in the last few weeks, where I want them to like challenge shit more, and I want them to have their own opinions more. And they can tell you that, like, even in the last like week, I've been in the group chat saying like the best thing for the podcast is like come in with your own developed takes about shit, like shit that you feel strongly about, that you want to argue about, and bring it to the podcast. And you know, I think that's why even in the last week I've seen a little bit more of it. I've seen Lush come and he said like, hey, do you think that TDE is gatekeeping conscious hip hop? That's good podding. You might not agree with it, but that's good podding, because that's like a controversial take that, you know, people are going to feel strongly about one way or another. You know, I'm not trying to have. God,
I think one of the main problems with No Jumper too is like their content is just not good, bro. The podcast content is just not good. I stopped watching. Like I'll see clips and stuff like that. Like if academics post some, or somebody else who, you know, is in hip hop post clips, I'll see some stuff. It's not interesting to me. It's fell off ever since AD and T-Rail and them left. The content has fell off. Adam had to redo some shit. It just fell off, bro.
Donations are coming in. Yes, man, it's a nay from me, church. Oh, it's Lush. Fuck you, Lush. Julian Chung, Cheddar Bay Gang. Is that Julian of Channel 5? Well, I actually have like homies in here. That's weird. Like my actual friends are in here. Look at the last 3 donations. Gunner, Julian, and Lush. That's insane. Anyway, all I'm saying is like, if I had to identify a problem with the No Jumper show right now, I would honestly say that one of the main problems is that there's just not enough like aggression. You know, it's like me, Lush, and Break are actually all good friends and like to talk to each other, which sounds like it would be a good recipe for a podcast. And I do feel like it is. Like if you watch the most recent episode of the No Jumper show, I feel like we just had a great ass conversation. And you know, that's not.
Do y'all feel like you need aggression to have good podcast content? No, like it's got to be interesting. Y'all don't talk about shit. Y'all bring up people who got a whole bunch of beefs and want to talk about their arrest record. Like your content is trash.
Always going to get the most attention when you just have like a good 4-hour conversation, right? I do think that like if we were going to add somebody, I would want it to be somebody who's a little bit more inflammatory. You know, like sometimes like the best moments of me, AD, and House Phone were pretty much just screaming at each other, right? Like us not agreeing on shit at the very least. What the fuck? The broom fell. Okay, that actually made me jump out of my fucking skin. So, you know, as far as like Sharp being part of it, I just never really thought about it, to be totally honest, because I never really enjoyed talking to him like on a podcast that much. Okay. It's just not like, you know, it's just, he's cool to talk to, but at the same time, it's just the conversation gets sent in like weird directions. It doesn't necessarily stay on topic. It's just, I don't know. I mean, you can tell me if you think the Sharp should have been added to the Tuesday show. Nowhere ever along the way did I ever see anybody telling me the Sharp needed to be added to the Tuesday show, right? Like I just never, that was never like some big narrative, right? I never remember the fans saying that. And for me, I never really even thought about it that much, to be honest. It like briefly crossed my mind, only because somebody else who works in No Jumper mentioned that Sharp said something about how he thought that he was going to basically like earn his way onto the Tuesday show. I never thought of it that way. For me, with the Tuesday show, I've always just been trying to like shape a cast that I felt like could have really, really good conversations on a consistent basis, right? And you know, we're still working on it, but I do think that we've come a long way. So as far as Sharp feeling like I'm stalling him out, like, bro, you're doing the same exact shit. You were doing the same, like, you're just doing interviews with people, which is the same shit I'm doing. I didn't leave you out to dry, bro. Like, you've been doing the same thing. Like, maybe me not being involved has kind of like left you feeling like I could have done more to develop your shit or whatever. But I'm gonna be real. Like, I sat down with you like a couple different times and tried to like give you advice and coach you through podcasting shit. And instead, his attitude was basically just that like shit was fine and that everybody else needed to change. And maybe
I was gonna say that maybe they didn't communicate, but it sounds like Adam sat him down and communicated, and Sharp was not reciprocating that. So I mean, sometimes your head gets full, your head gets big. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably what happened with Sharp. He had the early success with Sharp Tank, and he had lots of views on those videos, and he was going viral. Like I remember, Sharp was going crazy viral, yelling and screaming at the girls, you know, with that raspy voice. And that probably went to his head, especially since AD and T-Rail and them left and created their own thing. And Sharp's looking like I'm the man now, you know, after Adam, you know what I'm saying? And now he's not. He's out of there. So
it's because so-and-so isn't helping him get enough interviews or whatever. Oh, yeah, and I remember when I said that. I was like, at some point, I think maybe like 6 months or 4 months or something after AD and T-Rail and them all left, Snakegate, as I've called it.
Snakegate.
Sharp started talking about how he wanted to move to LA. And so I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. We're going to give Sharp X amount of dollars as opposed to just a pure profit split. We're going to give him X amount of dollars so that he can move out to LA and that it'll make sense for him to be out here. And I'm kind of thinking like, this is like a pretty good idea. I'm thinking at the time this is a good idea because I'm thinking Sharp's going to be going to all the parties. He's going to be meeting all the people. He's going to be out there in the field acting as like a representative of No Jumper and then sort of like bringing guests back to No Jumper, which is great because for me, it's like I'm old as fuck. I'm 40 years old. I tend to stay home on the weekends. I tend to just kick it with my wife and my kid. And on the weekdays, I don't really stay out late that much because usually I'm like just working all day and then I gotta be early in the morning to work out. I'm doing porn shit as well. It's like I got a million fucking things going on. So I'm thinking like this would be good because Sharp will actually be able to be like outside making shit happen, right? And you know, I don't know, like maybe he has been doing that and I just don't know about it, but for the most part, that hasn't really happened, right? So like we paid him, I think, for like a year, like a set monthly amount, right? And at some point when we stopped doing the news, I had to kind of pull that back, right? Because it's like you're not doing consistent content on the channel anymore. You're just doing the podcast. With us taking the news away, that's like
there you go,
10 podcast appearances a month that you're not going to be doing. So we cut back that monthly amount. I get the idea that he didn't really care for that decision too much, which I get. But it's like ultimately, we get Sharp free reign to do whatever the fuck you want on the channel. He could have done anything. Look at these donuts coming in. Poops at $20. We spend money because we can, and you read it because
I can see that, man. Got too comfortable. Started slacking. Started not putting out the work, man. I mean, if I'm a business owner and I have employees who has free reign, who could do this and the third, I'm expecting you to, you know, move you to LA and you're not doing anything. No disrespect. I don't know. I'm just going, it's three sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? Two sides and the truth. But I kind of believe what Adam is saying, you know what I'm saying? And I can see how Sharp can feel like, you know, I can see how Sharp feels the way he feels. It's like I can see both sides, you know what I'm saying?
you SRD. Wow. Okay. You spend money because we can. You read it because you SRD. This is strange. Seti too fly. You're a legend, Adam. Much respect to what you built in No Jumper. Also, your wife's an absolute babe. I really hope to meet you someday. Wow. Thank you, Seti. I appreciate that, man. That's dope. I actually met like a shitload of fans tonight at this fucking food event that we went to too. So that was cool. Just like I also met what's his name? Seth Rogen. Anyway, so that's where we've been.
Is that tattoo on his head real? I think it says Red Lobster. Is that real?
And I felt like a little bit of annoyance coming from Sharp ever since we took that money away per month or whatever. But it's like ultimately, like, you know, he's just had a lot of time to like develop consistent content or anything that works on the channel, and we just haven't really, if anything, we've gone away from that. Like, you know, and I even, Remo told me that he talked to him a couple weeks ago and told him like, bro, there's nothing wrong. And I think this is a reiteration of what academics had told him, but basically like there's nothing wrong with just having one thing that you're good at and just running it into the ground. I mean, if you look at whatever Fresh and Fit, that's what they do. They bring girls on, they make crazy ass content. Granted, like, are they still as popular as they used to be? I'm not so sure, but I mean, you know, they seem like they do all right. And I think Remo gave him that advice recently, and he actually seemed like he was going to take it, but then I don't know, now this. So from my perspective, in terms of like what I'm doing with Sharp, what I've been doing the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months is exactly the same as what I did during the first couple of months or what I did during the first year in which his shit was really blowing up, you know, which is not a lot. It's like, I you know, occasionally I would reach out to a girl to help get, you know, oh, you want to interview this girl? I know her. I'm going to DM her. I'm going to get you on there. Boom. Cool. You know, a few things like that, but not a ton, you know. It's like, for the most part, he's finding a lot of those girls himself and doing the content with them without my interaction. Really, if you want to look at those interviews that Sharp has done over the years, almost none of them have involved me in any way. So I don't understand how I switched up when I'm just as uninvolved as I always was, you know?
He and his feelings.
So yeah, there's that part. Like, I just don't understand how I like left him out to dry or whatever the fuck he said. Like, I just don't think I did that. I don't think I did that. I think that if anything, I have been doing the same thing I've always been doing, which is just letting him do content on the platform. And if he wants to go do content on some other platform, I've always made it clear, it's cool. Like, I'm not going to hold that against you. If you want, like, he starts doing streams in his own house, boom, I don't care. Do it. It's cool. I think at one point we maybe had, I think Josh might have said something one time about just basically like doing all No Jumper drama in the thumbnails and shit like that. I think Josh might have said something one time about that, which was definitely the result of me mentioning it to Josh. But, you know, whatever. Somebody said, Sharp said you were the only one to put him on. I don't think, did he say that? Because it's like he had his whole pimp life before me. And if anything, like Mark from Software Underbelly probably put him on more, you know, at first. And then I put him on the channel. But again, bro, like, I got nothing against Sharp. And I always felt, this is the thing that pisses me off. I always felt like if me and Sharp went our own separate ways, that we would just be able to be cool about it and that there was no reason for us to hate on each other or anything. Like, if this relationship ceased to be beneficial, then you could just go your separate way and I could keep doing my thing and it's all good. Yeah. And really, that's how I felt about AD&T Rel and all them that didn't really end up like that, which was, I put y'all in position. And if you want to go do your own thing at some point, that's cool. I'm not going to ever like hold that against you. I recognize
there shouldn't be no situation where Sharp is making the video that he making, man, because he in his feelings. I get it. I get why he in his feelings. They're going their separate ways. Much success to him. Much success to him, and keep it pushing, man. You don't no need to go on the internet and do all this other stuff. Adam seemed like he ain't got no problem with you. So I don't know why you making these videos, bro. Like, I believe it. So anyway, make sure y'all hit that like button. Until next time, I'm out.